Hi, this is Sarah from the Dainty Pear, and today we're talking about another very exciting topic, which is pregnancy sickness. Yeah, there's nothing fun about that. But there are a lot of women who have to go through that. We all know it's a blessing, it's a gift to be able to carry these babies. There's no denying that. It's absolutely something I'm so grateful for. It's something I feel very blessed with, but the sickness during pregnancy can be very hard. And I say hard because it's just a different kind of hard. It's this time where you feel like you should be so excited and so happy, and you are, but you're also so tired and so sick and sometimes just so miserable and just exhausted. And so having to take care of babies or just yourself on top of feeling like that leaves you with mixed emotions. It can make you feel like you're being ungrateful or kind of depressed where you're like, I just want to enjoy this. And so if you're in that boat, just know there is an absolute light at the end of this pregnancy sickness tunnel. The baby will be delivered. You will be able to get through this. And if that's 35 weeks away because you're 5 weeks pregnant and already puking, it will still come. Because I was in that exact same position 5 times. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna last 500 years. And sometimes it feels like it, but now I've had 5 babies in 5 years and I still drink water or eat with like so much gratitude. Going through something challenging like that really does give you a different perspective on things. And so I know you can do it. You're doing great, you're doing awesome. If nothing else, I'm just here to tell you, I feel you. It's not easy. We can go into things that maybe can ease pregnancy sickness in another video. I would say 99% of the time for all 40 weeks or 38 weeks, however long I was pregnant, every time I was sick and I was throwing up and I was nauseous. There were little moments where I feel like it would ease a little bit. In the other video, I can talk a little bit about that. I did find some things that cut the sickness maybe in half. It wasn't ever all the way gone, but there were some things that did ease it a little bit. With our first 3 babies, I didn't know that it wasn't normal to throw up as much as I was throwing up. I didn't want to be complaining to my doctor or I didn't want to be weak, honestly. I was like, I can do this. And I had never experienced pregnancy before or first. I didn't know what it was supposed to feel like or how much you were supposed to throw up. I knew that people threw up, and so I was like, okay, this is probably just normal. Then my doctor, who we absolutely loved, retired, and we went to his partner, who also became one of my favorite people in the entire world. And with our 4th, Tom was like, you have to tell her how much you are puking. Like, this is enough is enough, you've got to tell her. So then when she asked how I was feeling, I'm like, oh, I'm good. And Tom's like, Sarah, you need to tell her. He's like, if you won't, I'll do it for you. And then he went on to tell her how much I was throwing up, how it was hard for me to lift my arms. And she is so darling. She's like, no, that's not normal. You should not be doing that. Let's start you on IV therapy. And I had never really thought about IV therapy as an option. I had gone into the ER so many countless times with our first few pregnancies just because I would wait until I pretty much was crawling around, like 0 energy. My lips were so cracked and just dry, I had like no saliva. And so they would give me an IV in the ER, but I didn't know that there was a way to get it before you got to that point. She wrote me a prescription and I would either schedule them out or go in if it was a particularly bad day. So there's that. I did take some vlogs during the sickness with our 5th baby, and so I'm gonna show you some of those. Social media is funny in a way where it's hard because I like to keep it as real as possible, but it's really hard for me to get on there and be like,
today was the crappiest day ever because I threw up 500 times and I'm throwing up blood and blah, 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 blah.
Like, nobody really wants to hear that, right? It just wasn't fun. And it just wasn't something I felt like I wanted to share at the time because I wasn't seeking pity. I wasn't seeking anything like that. But then on the other hand, there's so many women that are going through it. I knew I would eventually probably try and share about it, but I wanted to be on the other end of it first. And so that's what these videos are, kind of a behind the scenes look into pregnancy sickness. It's not pretty. I'll just be upfront about that right now. It is not pretty at all. There was always that underlying puking before, during, and after any activity, like this video right here. When the kids leave their cribs, yeah, drive it like it's hot. Drive it like it's hot, drive it like it's hot. hot. When the kids gotta potty poop, park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. Park it like it's hot. When the kids get an attitude, stop it like it's hot. Stop it like it's hot. I was also sick before and after this video. I think I even paused during the middle to run inside and just throw up. You know, but sometimes you do have those bursts of energy, and I tried to take advantage of that as much as possible and play with my kids or record a video, because honestly those last few weeks of pregnancy feel so long, and so it was nice to have a hobby, and I would think of these dumb things and I would just do them because it got me out of the house and my kids and I had fun. So that's what I mean about social media, seeing these things you would never really know the behind the scenes. It definitely wasn't all bad. It sounds crazy, but literally after 4 or 5 pregnancies like this, I kind of just got used to it. There's always that nausea right there. There's always the throwing up before, in between, and after activities, but you just kind of get used to it. It becomes your new normal. And the second I deliver my baby, and the baby's out, the placenta's out, I'm like, where's my sandwich? That sandwich that they give you after delivery is probably the best tasting thing in the entire world. But here we go. Here are just a few videos that I pieced together from our 5th baby's pregnancy.
Good morning. This is my fresh throw-up face. Most people have a fresh makeup face. No, not when you're pregnant. Okay, so I just pulled into the hospital. I'm going to go do IV therapy right now. And I was throwing up a lot of the morning. I just have the usual pregnancy throw-ups. I know I'm not as good as I should be about drinking during the day, just because it doesn't make it, I just know it's just not gonna make me feel good. We're working on that. I just thought I'd record some of today. Okay, so I'm in IV therapy. Just got through the first bag. They're doing lactated ringers for one bag, and then the other one is the same thing, except the other bag has some glucose in it too. When I got here, my blood pressure was a little bit low, and that can happen when you're dehydrated. So that, and then my heart rate was a little fast, so just the usual dehydration symptoms. I can feel myself getting puffy already. You know what a good breakfast is? IV fluid and a granola bar. Got my throat bag, got my belly, got my mask. Trying to decide if I can get up the energy to go get an IV, because food and water decided not to be my friends today. I just looked at my cute husband to the rescue. Look at our sweet setup. We have a couple bags going on, and the nurses are so nice. Happy Easter! I was getting a little sick during the sacrament meeting, so I ran home to eat some unleavened bread. I have to go get ready for my OB appointment, but I was just gonna kind of document like what it's like to throw up in the morning. It's like exhausting, and then today actually was not bad at all. Usually it's bad. I'm still nauseous, but sometimes I can't stop throwing up. I'll just keep like throwing up and throwing up and throwing up, and then it like leaves you with a headache, and then you're exhausted. And sometimes I'll get like red splotches on my cheeks, and makeup helps a lot. Oh hey, just having a party. Guys, look who got to join me today for the first time. My cutie. If anyone is wondering where my pregnancy glow is, it's right here. Right here. Chapped lips, ear infection, and 102 fever. Feels good. Also, do I recommend throwing up on a sore throat? No. No, I don't. I don't.
So this is way TMI, but just got up, threw up, and now I have to get ready for the day, but it just takes so long and messes with my throat. I throw up blood still. And the doctor said that's okay as long as it's red and not like bright red and not dark red, just because that's my esophagus. And just doesn't feel good, but it's worth it for the baby, and yeah, we're gonna have a good attitude about it. But this is me right after, every time, just puffy and tired. I get a headache from throwing up. Just wanted to show the real side before I put on some makeup and get on with the day. 10 more weeks of puking. Somebody tell me I can do this. So right now, since I'm a pregnant insomniac, I'm taking a quiz to see if they can guess my level of education with a food quiz.
So I just wanted to take a second to show you guys what it really can look like when you just aren't feeling good. Also, hopefully this will resonate with some of you who are in that same position, and just know that I'm thinking of you. You have got this. I am so excited for you. I'm excited for your delivery. That's like the best part ever. You guys know that I love talking about birth. There are other videos on my channel about that, and there are more videos like that coming up. Remember to subscribe if you'd like to see more, but that's all for now, and I will talk to you guys later.